those that are not directly involved in this lawsuit or this junction, to hold the implementation of this law until a court can decide the fairness of not of the law. So, I mean, it's something that Sacramento is doing on their own, and and it's wrong. I have the paper. I didn't bring it with me. I will. That and if you read just 2 lines, and the regular person would say it's impossible to do, and it's at least 7 or 8 different things that we can or can't do, and it's pretty much open to interpretation as to whether you're doing it correct or not. So I guess in my case, I was lucky enough to have parole officers that understood my situation, that saw how hard I was trying to comply with their request. And so far, I'm like 2 years and about 3 months of a constant parole with no violations. And if I can hang on for another 8 or 9 months, I will be off parole. But that still won't rectify the situation for other people. It would be okay for me, but it's still wrong. And so yeah, something needs to be done about it. Needs to be addressed, and I feel like I'm the person to do it right now. I have nothing to lose.
So do you feel like, it seems like to me, before they were paying for you to be housed, right?
Right.
But then all of a sudden they stopped paying.
Yeah, well they did, and as it was explained to me, I don't blame my parole officer or even the office itself, because they're only getting handed down rules that they have to follow. But yeah, the rule was that at first they was paying our rent. I stayed in one place that was about $2,200 a month that we paid. I believe it was on a 2-week basis where we gave half and half, or it was the whole thing. And then at times I paid anywhere from $475 up to $500 and some dollars a week at different places.
Just for you?
Just for me. And there were at least, like in one of the buildings where I was paying the 25 or the 22 a month, there was at least eight other people paying the same amount in that one place. And then there were 3 other buildings at that one site that had 8 or 9 people in it. And then at another site, they had up to about 12 or 15. So yeah, it's not just me. At first, let me just put it like this, if I can clarify it like this. Before, because what they did, they was paying our rent, and they was telling us that there was going to come a time when they would stop paying our rent. So what they did, they had some kind of document or form that they typed up or memoed, and we were to sign it. And if we didn't sign it, then we weren't going to get our rent paid for the month or so that was left. So it was almost like an arm twisting. And then they had been saying it more than once, so a lot of us assumed, okay, this is just another, it may happen. So, if you're thrusted with that kind of choice to sign this paper, or we're not going to pay your rent, either you're going to go homeless today, or you're going to go homeless a month from now. So you're going to sign the paper, because either way you're going to go homeless or transient, or you're going to go back to prison for failure to follow instructions. So it's a no-win situation.
So do you think that maybe they stopped paying because the state is in such bad shape, and the people that are under this law, which they deem to be, is it sex offenders or what is it?
Yes, yes.
So they feel like, well, whatever, you need to go back to jail anyway, so
yes,
we're going to stop paying. We're going to just throw you basically to the wolves, and that way we don't have to spend that money on that.
And also, yes, you hit it right on the head, but I'll even take it a little bit further. I believe they're doing it to cover up the fact of how they threw away all this money in the first place.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money to pay for one person.
We're not out here if there's no one to step up and say, I'm one of the ones, then they pretty much, get away with it. So, yeah. Hold on for 1 second. I gotta check this.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, I just left from down there. I'm at your Compton. I'm at your Compton stop now. All right, but I'll be back through. I will hook up. Do you want King? Do you? Okay, all right, good. I'll hold him. But is this number working? This number works, right? This is the number you're gonna be at. Okay. All right. I'm doing an important thing right now. I'm making a tape, so I'm gonna have to get back at you. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. Bye. Okay. Was that still rolling?
Yeah, it's
okay,
cool.
That's cool. So yeah, back to what I was saying. It's like I said, I don't believe parole, like from the way my parole officer explained it, has any malice or any ill intent for us. But all I know is before, when it was paying our rent, I used to see anywhere from 25 to 30 people picking up a check. The week after they stopped, or let's say 2 or 3 weeks after they stopped paying our rent, before my parole officer, my last parole officer, went on vacation, there was only 5 people that showed up at that little impromptu meeting he gave. We're talking about out of 20 to 30 some people that he used to see every week. So, I mean, like I said, parole may not have any malice or whatever, but somebody, whoever wrote this thing up, to me, it's clear that their intent is to force people to go back to prison because, unless you have enough money to pay, and it's only certain places you can live. It's not just like you can live anywhere. We're talking about 2,000 feet from parks and schools. That's impossible.
But you could sleep at the park or the school.
If
you homeless.
You can't sleep, but you can go and spend time at the park. So just say, for instance, if you have someone with you who just happen to be spending time with you and happen to watch over you while you close your eyes for 4 or 5 hours, then yeah, you can sleep at the park, but you can't sleep 1,000 feet from the park in a house or a residence that you grew up in all your life.
But you could sit there for 8 hours.
But you can sit there for 5 to 6 to 8 hours, leave and come back.
And you know what? I'm just having you repeat this because when you told me, I said that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. That you can't live across the street from the park, but you could go sit in the park.
But now there are some individuals who can't. They have, I'm sure all this is going to come out. They have 290 registers and they have 288. Well, 288s can't do that because their cases involve minors. So yes, they can't do it. But that's the whole umbrella part of this thing, is that they have lumped, or almost all but lumped us in the same category because they're forcing us to go up under laws that were actually designed for those people. So no, it's not fair at all. It's wrong. I mean, if anything, I would rather you not sit in the park for 4 or 5 hours, but stay your butt in the house across the street from the park.
That would make more sense to me.
From the park, or because in my case, there's not where I'm residents at, there's not a visual of a park or school anywhere.